There's not much that I can say other than practice not doing it. Try to wait for your opponent to come to you as villager. If you're dash attacking, that probably means you're trying to approach a lot. Just stuff out their approaches with your slingshots and with your gyro.
Yeah, honestly, for villager, his aerials are his bread and butter. So definitely focus on back airing, forward airing. If you have to dash attack as a mix-up, or to catch someone off the ledge because it disjoints and it flies off the ledge when you shoot it there.
Meanwhile, we have to get to the bread and butter of this stream, which will be our first match coming up tonight.
Get excited, guys. We have
it's going to be
Midlo Halqery versus GameProdigy. GameProdigy being a regular here. Probably our representative Rosalina main since Iggy's not able to make it out as much, and he doesn't play Rosalina as much.
That said, he's still rocking the Luma and Chill tag, but instead of seeing Rosalina and Luma, we're going to be seeing his Samus.
Yes.
Because little-known fact or well-known fact, I don't know, GameProd has a Samus.
Yes.
Definitely has a Samus rocking the best color IMO, that fusion suit.
Exactly. And he's actually said before that his Samus is probably the second best Samus in the world next to Samus.
I feel like he's told us that that's inaccurate, though.
He's actually said it.
I feel like he said it, but then he's also said that we were wrong for saying it.
Yes, but he's never given me a reason to doubt it. His Samus is very solid.
That's true. His Samus is pretty solid.
In this first game.
Up against Midlo's Jigglypuff, another very underutilized character in this metagame. Now, Samus does have a couple of combos out of dash attack and down throw, usually. Usually Samus can get her up air, up Bs. That's not Zero Suit, but she still has up air, up Bs, believe it or not. Except for against Jigglypuff, a very floaty light character, that's not going to happen as well. So GameProd's going to have to capitalize a lot on the fact that Midlo wants to be in the air, because that's where Jigglypuff controls, and get a lot of use out of Zair and those missiles.
Exactly. So what's really good for GameProdigy in this matchup is that Samus has a lot of disjoints. But a character like Jigglypuff, who's all of her parts are connected, she can't throw out anything to stuff any of GameProdigy's projectiles. So honestly, he can just sit back, throw projectiles, and then Midlo would have to find a way to approach. But GameProdigy definitely not giving him the chance, going right in there, throwing all his projectiles, and Midlo's trying to find the way.
And the really interesting thing is a lot of the time Samus do have like kind of shield break setups against Jigglypuff. That actually just means death. Think of all the damage that all of these projectiles do. Not to mention, I was going to mention earlier that Midlo will like sometimes try to fade in and out of grab, like what would normally be a character's grab range when attacking GameProd's shield. But that's not going to work nearly as well crossing him up because his up B out of shield game, both as Samus and GameProd just in general, really good.
Exactly, and we saw that right there as Halqery tried to approach GameProdigy, getting stuffed out, being at those high percents, got hit by that back air.
That up B saving him there.
Zone.
Sent Jiggly flying.
And what's crazy is that from what I just saw there, if Samus is able to rack up any more damage on the GameProdigy, that up B may kill fairly early.
Yeah, I think it had to do with it being the first hit of a multi-hit, which has insane knockback with Rage.
Exactly. Especially if you reverse it. Once I think he got hit by the back hit there, and that's what caused it. Wow, that's
look at all the damage on the shield. That's what I'm saying. All these projectiles, they don't even have to hit Jigglypuff as long as they scare Jigglypuff out of shielding.
Exactly. I think he's trying to wait for that moment, but he's not going to
miss it. And he went for it. That was so solid, but not quite yet. Oh, and he was rolling out the wrong way, so it was the end of that. But GameProd definitely had solid control of that situation. I feel like even if you let go of rollout, GameProd had a fully charged shot to meet him with.
Honestly, rollout as an approach option on stage is never the safest, since it can be shielded and it can be contested. So that was not the greatest option for Halqery, and he's going to switch to Fox. Definitely a less floaty character, and a character that weighs far more than Jigglypuff.
You can see GameProd laughing in the player cam because he's like, "Oh, come on! Don't beat up! Don't bully these low-tier characters with your Fox. Of course, you added Jigglypuff and now a Fox. What is this, melee?"
So what's really good for Fox in this matchup is the Reflector. Being able to throw back all of Samus's projectiles is going to be really good for Halqery in this sense. But a smart player like GameProdigy probably won't rely as heavily on his projectiles as he did against a character like Jigglypuff. As we're seeing right now, GameProdigy getting right in there, getting his guaranteed combos, double up air string, looking really nice with the Samus. I'm really enjoying this so far.
Ooh, that said, we're already seeing that Halqery's doing a little bit better trying to get in as Fox in this game because he has a lot more of a ground game. And when you have both a ground game and an air game, it's a lot better than Jigglypuff, who only relies on the air. What a solid reaction and or read. That was just nuts. Okay.
Yes, like, see, that's what's really scary in this matchup for Samus. In a matter of second, a reflected a disjointed anything can come right back at you, flying in your face and dealing a lot of damage. GameProdigy's at the lead.
Yeah, that said, he doesn't seem super phased by it, and he's just jumping right back into the game, which I love to see. He knows that that's a thing that can happen, and he's been waiting for the reflectors a couple of times already.
Yeah, so right now, Halqery's in a far better position than he was in that first game. Practically even percents with GameProdigy. This can go any way.
That bomb came in clutch.
Yes, right? It's crazy. But what's really going to matter is who takes off the first stock, because that's going to dictate the rest of the match's pace. See,
that charge was baiting out the shine so hard, he got that free grab for it, and he got position. Will he use it? Yes! Very good by GameProd. Hitting those frames of vulnerability with that forward smash.
Great job.
Solid timing.
Yes, really. And now, GameProd is in a really good spot.
Yeah.
Right now, he's able to rack up all the extra credit that is necessary to, like...
Look at these air dodge punishes. GameProd just doing a really solid job of reading the defensive options coming out of Midlo. He understands that Midlo is scared, and he understands that Midlo really wants to use a defensive option in these situations.
Yes.
Be it shine or air dodge or jump, he just has a solid read on what he's doing.
Exactly. And now GameProdigy is able to sit back and rack up percent. As we're seeing, he's building up so much percentage on Halqery right now. Halqery's going to need to find some way to take off this stock, but it's looking like it may be a little bit too late. Already at 75%. Samus borderlining those max rage. That's not going to kill just yet, but he's in a great position right now.
The patience from GameProd right now is just so intense. He's very content to sit in his shield because he knows up B out of shield is such a strong option, and wow, the cross-up not doing him any favors.
Yes.
The patience.
Yes, but definitely good patience there, but a missed opportunity from Halqery. He had the opportunity to heavily punish GameProdigy for regrabbing the legs, which he was vulnerable to and not invincible. But instead, letting GameProdigy recover on the stage and going for the dash attack, then getting shielded and eating a raw forward smash to the face. That was his game stock. But definitely what I like to see from Halqery maybe in further games is like holding down the character, playing a bit smarter on the stage rather than trying to find something off the stage, and you'll see a lot better results.
I also, from GameProd's end, I really enjoyed the fact that he was able to capitalize every time the opponent was away from him, and you did a good job of creating the space to charge that charge shot. Not only would he charge it to bait them in, but he would charge it to bait them into defensive options and then get good offensive pressure off of it.
Exactly.
He just always had a charge shot ready.
Yes. Great. Like, really great play from both of those players there. Good match.